Hi everyone, I'm Rob Ladd, and this is the Cavalier Sports Report, where we sit down with head coaches and players from Johnson County Community College to take an inside look at Cavalier athletics. Today's guest is women's softball coach Kelly Latendresse. Coach Kelly, welcome back to the show. You guys are 6-0 in the last week since we talked to you. In fact, you gave up only 9 runs in 6 games, so a pretty productive week for you guys. Kind of give us a review of the last 6 games.
Well, we started out the week playing Highland, and Highland coming in, they're one of those teams kind of made me a little nervous, you know, because they're always a good team. Heidi always puts a good group together down there. She's done a pretty good job of building their program up. But the girls came out first game and run spread them 11-2 in 5 innings. So, you know, they started off the day really well. We ended the game on a 3-run home run. So that kind of, you know, set the tone for the second game. Now, the second game, it was 9-6, and that's not quite what I wanted to see out of the girls. We came out hitting the ball no problem. We scored 4 runs right out of the gate, and then we had some defensive errors and a couple pitching errors in there that let them tie the game up 4-4. I think that was about the 3rd or 4th inning. We, you know, top of 4, and then they tie it up, and we come back bottom of 4 and score on, I think, a home run and a couple singles, so 5 runs, you know, and make it 9-4. And then bottom of, top of 7, come out, same kind of deal, you know, a little bit of defensive errors there that allowed a couple more runs, but we had to bring in Lacey, and Lacey kind of shut it down there at the end of the game. So that's always nice to be able to have in a pitcher like Lacey. And then we went on to Hutch on Friday, and didn't really have any problems with them. The girls came out, and I think one of the games was 5-0, the other one was 10-0. Again, we've got the kids this week, just for whatever reason, we're hitting the ball. So we had, you know, able to score a lot of runs. We had, I think, multiple home runs this week. Kim Smith had, I think, 3 home runs this week, and Taylor Nelson had 1, Sarah Elliott had 1, so scoring a lot of runs, and continued that into Saturday when we played Heston, and we had a 7-1 ball game and a 7-0 ball game. So lots of good things this week. The girls hit the ball well, pitchers did well, so everybody came out and performed.
And you mentioned Kim Smith. She had 3 home runs last week, but she also batted 11 of 18 for the week. That's a 611 batting average. Talk about how much, she's a freshman this year, freshman third baseman, I think you said. Talk about her impact early on in the season.
She, you know, this fall was hurt. She's had some shoulder issues and some things that we've had to work out, you know, a lot of physical therapy for her over the course of the fall and even into the winter. And, you know, it was kind of frustrating for her because she would get a little bit of leeway and actually be released to do some things, and then they'd kind of pull the reins back on her and say, you know, let's cut back on this. And she came in, and it was right after Christmas, and asked me, you know, she really wants to get on the field, and, you know, what does she need to do? And so I finally told her, you know, Kim, if you want to play, play. You know, just go to your physical therapist, tell them this is your game plan. Come springtime, you want to be on the field and you want to be a contributor, and your therapist's job is to make sure that you're there. And they did that. And so she's been playing since the first day, and she's a tremendous third baseman. She's very aggressive after the ball. She's got a great arm, so she does great on the field for us. She's actually been struggling a little bit at the plate for a while here. She's got a huge swing. I mean, this kid swings for the fences every single time. So we've had to work with her on kind of the more off-speed pitching, outside pitching, learning to hit when people are trying to throw around you with a big swing like that. Even if you miss, you know, pitcher knows she can't throw it in there on you. So this week she apparently made the adjustments, and she came out and saw the ball well and was able to sit back a little better, and ended up, you know, hitting 600 for the week. So she did really well.
Hopefully she can continue that stride going into next week.
And confidence booster for her.
You'll need her in the final stretch. You've got some tough matchups coming up this week.
Yes. Yeah, we play Allen County tomorrow, and Allen County has started to receive votes in the polls. They always have a strong program. Again, they're one of those that no matter if we go there or they come here, that program, it's one of those that makes you a little nervous. You just never know how those girls are going to come out, and their coach has done a good job as well of building a program that wasn't very strong in the past. So we'll have to come out and play well. And then Cali County is always our rival. They're always tough competition. He's always got good pitching. They're number 12 in the country right now. And Allen County and Cali County are both tied for second. So, the chance for them to move up to 1 and 2 is for both of them to come in and get 2 wins on us this week, which, they're going to come in hard, and everybody always does. But if the girls come out and play like they have been and just work on just going one game at a time and focusing on what they're doing and not really so focused on the other team, we'll be fine this week.
That's something. Luckily, you've got both of those games at home, and really with wins against both of those teams, you would have a pretty good chance of icing out the conference.
Yeah, it'd be pretty locked in for the most part, but again, you just never know. We have teams that, in the past have been very, very weak. Brown Mackey has just not been a very strong program in the past, but they're winning ball games this year, more than anybody had expected. Heston Community College is who we played on Saturday, and they've been Division III before and just moved into Division II last year. I think they won maybe 1 game last year, and they have won 6 so far this year in conference. So, they're coming out and they're improving. These kids are all college athletes. They're all going to come out and try and win ball games. So the girls, we stress with them, you can't overlook anybody. No matter who it is, you have to come out and be ready to play every day.
And it's a little bit different in softball because, say, in basketball or baseball, where you tend to play a team more than once during the season, so you can kind of gauge your competition. You guys don't have that advantage, and as you mentioned before the interview, everybody is beating everybody in the conference. So how do you prepare for teams that you've never seen before?
Well, like I said, we just kind of, in the past, we've kind of prepared for, a particular pitcher or, a particular hitter or somebody like that. We do look at people's stats, and we do look at, other people's websites and read their articles and see who they're writing about, so we know who has a strong bat on Cali County's team right now, and we know from Allen County that they've got a couple kids in the national polls, so we're going to watch out for those kids and kind of, throw around them a little bit, and definitely can't miss pitches on certain people. But mostly we've pushed the girls this year to just 1 pitch at a time and focus on what you're doing, not worry so much about the other people, the people we're playing. And we just fully believe that our pitchers are better pitchers than everybody else is a hitter. And our hitters are better hitters than other people's pitchers. So we push the kids to do that and think that, and we've gotten the results that we've got so far. So if they keep doing that this week, like I said before, I don't expect us to lose a game. And like I said, if we lose at Nationals, that will be the next loss that I expect us to have.
And let's talk about the pitching for a minute, because you had another strong week from both Casey and Kim. You mentioned big improvements by both of them. How are they going to affect your success going in the final stretch of the season?
I think if Kim can keep her bat going like she saw this week, which is what we've expected out of her all along, then it's just one more consistent bat in our lineup. And Kim can obviously end a ball game with 1 swing of a bat. She had a grand slam a couple weeks ago to start a ball game off, and that's just what she's capable of. And she just needed a good week, I think, to get some confidence, and now she's peaking at the right time. So we need her now in this point in the season as opposed to the beginning. So that's good. And Lacey's been doing what she does. She comes in, she throws her own game, and now she's working on, sometimes having to finish for Lena. But that's what Lacey's been told. We told her at the beginning of the year, expect to throw every single game. So she goes out every day expecting she's going to be needed both games. And she mentally prepares for that and is expected to come out and do her job. So, yep.
That'll work. Coach Kelly, thanks for being with us this week.
Problem.
We look forward to hearing about this week and see if you guys can ice off the conference.
I hope so.
We'll see you next week.
Thanks.
Thank you.